former Counting On cast member Josh Duggar Seewald and her husband Ben Seewald are proud parents to their sixth kid, who took over since he was reportedly too scared to cut the cord. Continue reading for more details. It's not easy to bring a healthy baby into the world. Josh Duggar and her husband Ben Seewald are already professionals in spite of this. Their sixth child was just born. The former member of the Counting On cast has always been forthright and honest about being a mom. However, with her last child, an intriguing fact was exposed. It turned out that Ben was afraid of cutting the baby's umbilical cord. What happened to keep Ben from receiving this recognition, which is usually given to the partner after all the work is finished, who stood in his shoes at this crucial moment as well? In a Birthing Tale YouTube video, she detailed her labor and delivery experience in great detail. Even after giving birth for over 7 hours, Josh insisted that her experience was fantastic. Her mother, Michelle Duggar, was a tremendous support system for her daughter during her pregnancy and delivery. She went on to say, "Then it seemed that in all of Jess's previous pregnancies, her husband had never cut the umbilical cord. He has an upset stomach, so Jessa had her sister Jordan do it since she felt it was vital for him to do it." This was her first time attending a delivery by Josh Duggar Seewald, so she had the opportunity to fully immerse herself in the occasion. In its entirety, the siblings had a great time, and Ben felt relieved. However, it seemed that Mama Michelle might be the one to break the cord after everything she had done. There are already 2 parts of Josh Duggar Seewald's birth story available, and more will probably follow. Fans are curious to find out everything there is to know about baby number 6, in addition to Jess's future plans. With her large family, the only question today is when she will eventually quit having kids. Having 18 siblings, predicting a lamb's age is certain to spark conjecture. Viewers simultaneously commend Michelle for her enthusiastic participation in the cord-cutting ceremony, and are amazed that Jordan was of legal age to be present. Josie was in the neonatal intensive care unit, and I witnessed those experiences when she was a newborn, so you all had to travel to Little Rock. Excellent work. Your mother is an amazing rock. She has a significant impact on each of your lives. When it comes to reality TV families, for years, audiences have been enthralled by the Duggars' distinctive way of life, big family structure, and unshakable faith. The Duggar family has consistently garnered media attention for their conservative values, love for one another, and adherence to their faith, starting with their time on 19 Kids and Counting, and continuing with the current Counting On series. The way they commemorate significant life events, such as the birth of their children, is among the most endearing parts of their tale. When Ben Seewald and Josh Duggar brought their kids into the world, especially since they chose a more natural method of labor, followers eagerly anticipated how they would manage the birthing process. The couple, who are well known for their endearing bond and grounded personality, never hesitated to share their experience with the world. In a recent vlog, Jessa shared a humorous, apprehensive, and unexpected moment when her husband Ben became anxious about a certain procedure following the birth of their newest child, the cutting of the umbilical cord. For many people anticipating the thought of severing the umbilical cord, which represents the birth of a child, can be frightening for parents. This relatively straightforward action turned into an unanticipated source of stress for Ben. The couple's openness regarding this particular event gave followers a fun, realistic look into their lives. When Ben was too anxious to cut the cord, many fans questioned who should have done it instead. Their sixth child's birth. It has been enjoyable to watch Jessa and Ben's family develop. For their admirers, particularly now that they are the proud parents of 6 kids. Following their successful home birth experiences in the past, the Seewalds decided to have their 6th child, a male called Henry, born in an intimate home birth. Relying on their faith and the support of their loved ones, Jessa and Ben have always been transparent about their choice to greet their children in the manner that felt most comfortable for them. This was no exception, and it's clear that Jess's Michelle Duggar, a mother of 19 children, supported her during the entire procedure. Family members' presence during the birth offered a layer of love and support for the expanding family, making the event even more memorable. There are multiple decision-making and task-handling times for the parents, just like with every birth. The cutting of the umbilical cord is one such procedure that, despite its apparent simplicity, frequently marks a crucial moment in the delivery room. This act marks the start of a new chapter in the baby's life and signifies the final separation between mother and kid. Ben's anxiety is a relatable experience. Even though it might seem like a straightforward procedure, many new fathers experience anxiety when it comes to cutting the umbilical cord. Ben's nerves overcame him in this instance. He acknowledges in the vlog that he was apprehensive about cutting the cord personally because he felt a little overpowered by the moment's importance. His response was something a lot of men could identify with, particularly those who might not have had childbirth experience before or who were uncertain about the burden of handling such a significant role. Ben, who has often been portrayed as a caring and affectionate husband, voiced his worries about how challenging it could be to cut through the cord. While the chore is a standard part of the birthing process, and often not as difficult as it would appear, he joked that he was afraid of making a mess of it or hurting the kid. It was great to hear him be open about his anxiousness, because it revealed a more vulnerable side of him that fans don't often witness. In addition to being humorous and carefree, the scene offered viewers insight into Ben's character. Even when it comes to something as little as cutting the cord, it's evident that he takes his position as a father of 6 seriously. Everything he does shows how much he loves Jessa and their kids. Additionally, this anxious period served as yet another illustration of how profoundly he is concerned. The duty was taken over by O. Everyone was wondering who would take over the responsibility when Ben confessed that he was too anxious to cut the cord. Known for her laid-back and encouraging demeanor, Jessa jumped in to assist right away. She supported her husband as he worked through his nerves, handling the situation with humor and grace. Jessa ultimately made the decision to cut the umbilical cord herself. Given her composed manner and prior delivery experience, Jessa was capable of stepping in and handling the assignment in a way that reduced Ben's stress. For supporters who have seen Jessa develop into a mother, this instance served as further evidence of her capacity to manage any situation that arises, particularly when it concerns her kids' welfare. Jessa's choice to intervene and cut the line was a lovely illustration of their marriage's support system and cooperation. Jess reassured Ben that he was not anxious, and, together, they overcame yet another parenting turning point. Fans thought it was a charming and heartfelt moment. Fans saw great resonance in Ben's uneasiness and Jess's willingness to take up the responsibility, which is a relatable moment for new parents. Many new parents can identify with this dilemma. Every moment of childbirth might feel overwhelming due to the numerous emotional and physical obstacles it presents, particularly for first-time parents or those who are uncertain about their capacity to perform specific duties. No one needs to be flawless when it comes to parenting, and Ben's vulnerability in this situation served as a reminder that it's acceptable to be anxious. Ben's uneasiness gave many viewers a sense of security. It made him more relatable by demonstrating that he was no different from other fathers going through the pleasures and challenges of fatherhood. Assuming that public people and celebrities have it all figured out is a simple way to elevate them out. However, incidents like this serve as a reminder that everyone experiences anxiety or uncertainty occasionally, regardless of experience or accomplishment. Fans now feel more connected to Jessa and Ben's family because of their candor regarding their delivery experiences. They have made it possible for visitors to witness the genuineness and affection that fuel their relationship by sharing these private moments. The strength of their relationship is demonstrated by Jessa's ability to help her husband through his uncertain time, and how crucial it is for parents to cooperate. In summary, parenting with fun and love. Ultimately, the narrative of Jessa and Ben's umbilical cord cut serves as a reminder that being a parent is about supporting one another through times of uncertainty, not only about getting everything perfect. At first, Ben was anxious about the task of cutting the cord. However, with Jessa's help, he was able to back off and let her take charge when necessary. In this instance, their cooperation showed that being a good parenting entails supporting one another, laughing through awkward situations, and leaning on one another without fear.